Hello and welcome to Education at SSBJ online video tutorials. We were discussing question answers of NCERT textbook of class 8th, chapter friction, and we have completed three questions. First three questions of that chapter. We'll go ahead with the fourth question. Next question. Suppose your writing desk is tilted a little. A book kept on, it starts sliding down. Show the direction of frictional force acting on it. What generally happens if you keep a book on a table which is slightly tilted? It will definitely slide down. It starts moving towards down. But now question is, show the direction of the frictional force acting on it. Right? You have to show the direction of frictional force. We all know that the book will move downward and friction force is acting opposite to the direction of the book. Just visualize this problem. This is your desk and you are keeping a book, and the moment you keep a book, since it is tilted, so what happens? This will start moving downward, isn't it? So this is the direction of the force. So what will be the direction of the friction? Direction of the friction should be always opposite to the direction of the motion. So that should be here, right? So it is good to draw an image or a diagram and answer your question. Next question. You spill a bucket of soapy water on a marble floor accidentally. Would it make it easier or difficult for you on the floor? Why? So you spill a bucket of soapy water on a marble floor accidentally. Floor is marble. So generally what happens? The moment you put any soapy water on a marble, it becomes so slippery, so smooth, and what happens? Friction will reduce. It reduces the friction. Friction will become less. The moment friction becomes less, we will not be able to walk properly, because we walk because of friction. Without friction, we cannot walk. So moment you reduce the friction, then we tend to fall. So what makes you to fall? The layer of soap makes floor smooth, due to which friction reduces. And that is difficult for us to walk. One more question. Explain why sportsmen use shoes with spikes. You all must have seen, or you must have even have these type of shoes, right? Particularly sprinters, they use a particular shoe which has spikes here. You see this, pointed ends. These are called spikes. And why do they do that? This will increase the grip, right? And what do you mean by grip? In other way we can say it increases friction. Friction will be more when you wear spikes. And why you require friction more? Because you have to push the ground here every time you take the step ahead. Now when you push this ground here in backward direction, this foot should not slip, and if it does, then he will not be able to move forward, right? So it should be firm here. There should be a grip here, we say, and that is possible only when there is spikes for the shoes. So next question is, Iqbal has to push a lighter box and Seema has to push a similar heavier box. Look at this word, similar heavier box. On the same floor, who will have to apply a larger force and why? Now every time when you read the question, you try to visualize that.
Like Iqbal is pushing a box which is lighter. So that picture should come in front of you every time when you read question, particularly in maths and physics. And Seema has to push similar but heavier box. Now what happens here is, since Seema is pushing a heavier box, which means there is more of force on the floor. Or in other words, we can say that this box is hard pressed. Okay, this box is pressed hard. So anything which is pressed hard will have more friction. And you know that when there is more friction, it is very difficult to make move of this object. And therefore, the answer should be, the heavy object will be pressed hard against the opposite surface, that is floor, and produces more friction. So, Seema will have to apply a larger force due to more friction. We'll go for next question. Explain why sliding friction is less than static friction. Again, try to visualize this question. First of all, we have to recall the meaning of sliding friction and the static friction. Imagine a box which is there on the table, and if someone applies force on this box, and this box will move front, or we can say it will slide front. So the friction during sliding is sliding friction. This we have already studied. Every time an object slides, sliding friction comes to play. Point to be noted here, when the sliding friction is on, what kind of motion is on? Sliding is on. Object is moving, but when the static friction is on, then the object is at rest. You have already studied this. Means if the body is at rest, even when you are applying a force, and the friction which is a reason for this, and that friction is called static friction, right? So we have to compare sliding friction and static friction and understand that sliding friction is always less, because, can you tell me the reason? In both the cases, whether the object is sliding on a floor, it's sliding, or the object is at rest on a floor, the object is in contact with the surface, right? But remember, the time available to get interlocked of these two surfaces, I am repeating, time available to get interlocked of these two surfaces is very less in case of sliding. In simple words, both surface gets very less time to be in contact, whereas there is more time to be in contact. And the effect is static friction is greater than sliding friction. So answer, you can put it in these terms. The two sliding objects find less time to get interlocked against each other, so they get less friction, whereas it is other way in static friction. Next question, give examples to show that friction is both friend and foe. And what does it mean? How it is useful and not so useful for us. So we'll list out the situations where friction is more useful, and then we'll go for how friction is not so useful for us. So here we go. Friction is friend because it allows us to grip and catch different object, or else what happens? Will not be able to hold anything. With a soap water we cannot hold and lift. With the oil put into our hand we cannot lift because friction is less. So it helps us to grip and catch different objects. Next is, it helps us to walk comfortably on the surface. Just imagine walking on a soapy water. Is it comfortable? But when we walk on a rough surface, it is more comfortable. Because every time when we walk, let's say we are walking here, we are pushing our feet in backward direction. And we require friction here. So friction is required. And if we cannot push our leg in a backward direction, then we will not be moving front. So here friction is helpful for us. Next, when you are running a vehicle, you can control the speed or stop your vehicle. Friction helps to minimize the speed or to stop the moving object. We apply brakes, isn't it? And how does brakes work? Brakes work with the principle of friction. Next, it helps to write on blackboard and even on paper. Imagine if the blackboard is smooth, then we will not be able to write there. Things will not be so clearly visible. Even objects which are placed at a particular place would have moved had there been no friction at all. Those objects would have slid or moved at different place as if like they are placed on the ice. So these are few examples of friction which are useful, and so we can treat friction as a friend. How friction is not so useful? where all it disturbs us. Let us see one by one. The first one is friction causes wear and tear. What do you mean by wear and tear? You use your shoes every day for running. You run on a rough surface and your shoes will tear off. So friction causes wear and tear of objects. Not only shoes, it damages machines. That's why lubrication is very important. What do? We apply substance such as oil or grease to an engine. You must have seen every time when we give our vehicles for servicing, they'll put so much of substance into the engine part so that it can move freely. That is what is called lubrication. So it causes damage to the machine parts. Next, because of the friction, we cannot ride a vehicle with speed. Because friction always acts opposite to our speed. And because of which more of fuel is wasted. It doesn't allow the free movement of the object. So these are all few examples where friction is foe. You must have observed that the aeroplane, birds, fish, even vehicles have special shape in the front. They are streamlined. Streamlined shape will help moving body to penetrate through either water or any fluid easily, reducing the friction. For example, suppose if there is imagine a plane. Generally plane will have this kind of shape, isn't it? It's a streamlined. And when it is moving front, more of friction of air will be there from the front in opposite direction. So because of the shape, these air will divert in different direction and it is easy for the plane to move straight. So it will cut the fluid. Even in the case of fish, the same thing happens. Therefore, the last question is why objects move in fluids must have a special shape. And what kind of shape it is? Streamlined shape. And why is required? Streamlined shape helps to overcome the friction between the object and fluids. It actually lowers the friction. See you again in the next video. Thank you. Thank you very much.